Alright guys, so this took a 2 trades using the Blitz model. Okay, so it's been a very good model for the scalping, especially on NASDAQ. Okay, so I'll be trading the NASDAQ and ES every single time. Okay, so this ain't a new model. Okay, so keep it in mind for your information. This ain't a new model from the MMXM Trader. This isn't a refined version of the scalping and whatever the model is. Okay, so it'll be the exact criteria, which can be the high probability, and then the other confluences. You can be using the, every single confluences for this trade. Okay, let me just tell you the what model is and then break down the every single trades I just took. I just took the 2 trades, I guess. Yeah. Well, if I just show you the 2 trades here, okay, on the trader page, I don't know the executions are not actually showing here on the chart. So let me just drop you the screenshot. Okay. Yeah. So I just took a 2 trades this week. So what you need as a scalper, okay, when it comes to chart, you need the 4-hour chart. Okay, so you need to know what is the next 4-hour candle is. Or I mean, this 4-hour candle, this current 4-hour candle. If you can actually anticipate the 4-hour candle, the 90% of the job is actually done. Okay, and if I just tell you the model here, okay, I can see you just tapped into this FEG, right? Let me just zoom it. Okay, so this just tapped into this FEG, and this is an internal range liquidity, and then this is an external range, right? So what you need into this internal range, you need SMT, okay? You need SMT, and you need a 4-hour candle closure. If you can see this, just closed above, right? After taking out this, sorry. And then we have this 2 a.m. as an open low high close. Okay. So now with this closure, wick below and then close above, with this candle closure, you know that this candle is going to be the open low high close in the form of swing point. If this candle closes as a classic buy candle, this is in swing point, right? And the next candle will be the classic buy candle towards this high. This is in previous high, which means the external range high, right? And yes, so this 2 a.m. candle is an open low high close. So we're gonna just look for 3 criteria. It'll be the one of the criteria to get the entry point. Okay, so in this 4-hour time window, you need either one of this. Either, okay, so just go to the hourly chart. You need H1 run. Okay, so the previous H1 run, or the M15 stop hunt, or the M15 FEG. If you see either one of this after figuring out these narrative, okay, if you see either one of this, that's your trade there, okay? If I just see that, that is in the H1 previous run. Okay, so if I just go to the M15, sorry, just go to the M15. Well, I don't really see the M15 stop point here, but you can see that is an M15 FEG, right? And this is in London session, right? And you can just really follow the 3 to 4 a.m. This is the best time window for the London session. And yes, you just need to follow it. It's a little bit of time, okay? And this 3 a.m. just opened up. Right now, you can just look for in a 1 minute or 3 minute or whatever the time frame is. I highly recommend you to follow the 1 minute if you're actually looking for 15-minute key levels. Yeah, that will be 1 minute, or maybe the 3 minute will be clean. Now you can see that 3 a.m. just opened up, pretty low. Now you need SMT, right? Of course, that was an SMT with ES. Don't worry about that. I know this chart. Okay, so this is actually the chart. I didn't actually engage on this. I just engaged on the New York session trade. I'll be breaking down that on the same day. Okay, just want you to know that this actually works on every session. Not every day, obviously. You need a bias and then the narrative, and you need to know what is the 4-hour candle, and you need timing, and you need every other things like SMT key levels, everything. Okay, so if we just go to the 1 minute chart. So after figuring out everything, what you need is the smooth edges. Okay, what is smooth edges? The smooth edges is nothing but, let's say, I just found a best example here. Now you can see this is in smooth edges, right? Why? This high is relatively equal to this high and these highs. Now you can see that it just gave an opposite side run and just gone into this highs, right? So this is called the smooth edges. And look at these. These are also called as smooth edges. See, the low resistance liquidity runs. Okay, so after framing everything, you need the smooth edges. See, then why don't the market goes to these lows? And how I can just really simply long this, without fearing these lows. Simply it's trend. Okay, so you have actually framed the 4-hour model, 4-hour time frame, internal to external, right? And you don't need to care about the 1 minute lows here. You're not actually framing a narrative based on 1 minute. You are actually framing the narrative based on 4-hour and then the 1 minute. Okay, never sleep on that. So now I can see it has an M15 FEG. What I just told, you need either one of the criteria, right? Either it can be the previous H1 run or M15 FEG or M15 stop hunt. You can see it has an M15 FEG here, and that is our 1 minute structure here with the 3 a.m. open low SMT, and that is our change in the state of delivery here. Okay, and with the change in the state of delivery, that is in displacement, which is in FEG here, right? And now simply just long this and put a stop loss at S&P lows, and now you can see it has a smooth edges, like kind of this is a smooth edge, but not exactly perfect. Okay, I'll show you the exact smooth edge and what it is. Okay, yeah, this is an Asia session high, right? And just target these highs, this high and this high, and you can see, yeah, the premium FEG here. Okay, if you just map out premium as a discount, it'll be the premium FEG, or maybe the discount FEG, whatever it is. But in this case, if you just long this here, it'll be the premium FEG here to target off. Okay, and you can see it just rejected this price, right? And dipped back into discount. All right, so let me just break down the New York session trade here. Okay, I just took it on my account. Okay, so for the London session, we have 3 to 4 a.m., right? And for the New York session, we have 9:30 to 11. Okay, we just need to sit on 9:30 and observe the price action. You don't need to simply, enter on the trade before 9:30. So yeah, you can just enter on that, but there's a specific criteria. Okay, only if there is an manipulation before 9:30. I'm not going to talk about that. Okay, for now. So you can see there is a manipulation at the lows here. And what did I just told you? You need either one of this, right? We are on the 6 a.m. candle, right? We are on the 6 a.m. candle, and price is actually in a distribution candle, of course. And we have these, these highs, right? See, this high, this high, this high, and this high, previously high, right? And these are the liquidity that we can just really target on. And now you can see what did I just told you as a criteria. You need H1 previous candle run or the M15 stop hunt or M15 FEG. In this case, we have an M15 stop hunt, right? Of course, we had an SMT with the YM throughout these lows and then these low with ES. Okay, so NASDAQ didn't take out these low. And now you need a lower time frame change in the state of delivery. Okay, either 5-minute, 3-minute, or 1 minute. Either one of the time frame you can just really use. Okay, so I just took an entry on the M5. Well, if I just go to the, yeah, you can see. So that is in smooth edges. And that is our SMT, that's a stop hunt. And this is actually the 4-hour distribution candle, right? And that is our inversion FEG formed and the change in the state of delivery here. I just simply longed this order block. So this is a 9:30, right? I just simply long this and then that is our TP. Okay, so if I just go to the 1-minute chart, it'll be clean structures because we just found the framework, right? And you can see that as a double purge. Buy stop's taken out and then the sell stop. Again, that's our LRLR move. Yeah, see? Just formed a nice change in the state of delivery with order block, the FEG, and then retracement here. Of course, that will be SMT, okay? And these highs. So that was a good trade, okay? And I didn't really took any trades until Thursday. Just go to the 15-minute. That's the first trade here. I'll be showing the screenshot. I don't know really, the execution didn't actually work, and that's okay. Well, if you just go to the Thursday's price action, yeah, I think it's here, okay? If you just go to the 4-hour, so at Thursday we had in, a larger range and it took the sell side liquidity, okay? and that was an order block, right? And that was a daily order block, of course. See, this is an order block, right? See, I'm not going to long this simply here like this and then keep my, no, that's not going to happen. I'm going to just look for an swing point here at the 4-hour, and I'll be looking for one specific 4-hour candle. Okay, now you can see just close above, right? Wicked below and close above. And now I can just really focus on this 4-hour candle. Okay, and obviously we had that news at 8:30, I guess. Yeah, this is the news. And YM actually took out these lows. Okay, this low and this low on the YM just took out, and NASDAQ didn't. For information, this is not a liquidity sweep. See, this is an SMT. SMT with buy side and displaced higher with an M15 FEG. I'm not gonna just simply buy this FEG with the, before 9:30, as I told you, right? So what I'm gonna do is, what I did is actually, I waited for an structures there. Okay, I really didn't like this manipulation higher before the 9:30. It just ruined every liquidity here. You can see if this move didn't happen, there will be a lot of liquidity here, and it will be much better if I just took an entry. That's okay. So 9:30 just manipulated below, creating an SMT with ES, and we had a displacement and we had an order block change in the state of delivery. I didn't actually long this here. I waited for this change in a state of delivery and then the retracement. Okay, so I'm going to just apply the market cycles here. If you look at this, it's already expanding, right? It's already in distribution phase. I can see that is in, well, I'm not going to just simply tell this as in consolidation, but expansion, yeah, almost a consolidation here, whatever it is. And here comes the expansion again. And price actually retraced below here. And I waited for this price to close above this order block. And here we see the expansion with the FVG, right? And what do you see? Price started to accumulate, right? The consolidation. And it has a range low here, right? Range low. And we had this change in the state of delivery order, which just dipped back into the FVG. Okay, so obviously we had an SMT here, buy side. Okay, so now I was simply waiting for, I didn't actually FOMO here. I'll be showing you the execution there, okay, with a screenshot. I didn't actually FOMO here and long this FEG. Why? Because if I just long this FEG here and keep my stops here, it'll be a big TP. And I'm targeting these highs, right? These relative equal highs. Remember about the smooth edges now. We have the smooth edges, right? This high, this high, this high. Okay. And you can see this is in larger 1:2 TP. I'm not going to just simply do that, even though this just gone there. Okay, this is the worst decision you can just ever make. So what I did here is I waited for discount retracement into this order block here. Okay, it took a sudden order. Okay, it just fell down. I know that this ain't going to be the reversal. If this actually hits my stop loss, that's okay, because it's a high probability trade, right? It's in a distribution phase. So I just kept my stops at SMT low with the change in the state of delivery, the displacement, everything was there. So I just simply, yeah, aimed for a 2-hour. That's it. That's my trade here. Okay. So I know the market cycles. I just really combined with the distribution phase and actually enter the distribution. Okay. That's it. That's the trade here. So this is how you just really frame a trade on NASDAQ. Hope this actually helps you a lot. I really recommend you to watch the Mmxm Traders video on the YouTube. This is a Blitz model. Okay. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. So see you later in the next video.